Man, hey, I know I'm what 3 minutes. Hey, like 3 minutes late, man. Hey, I was finishing up another video right quick. That's all it was. But that joint was fine, Joe. Trust me, it was worth the wait. Hey, like I said, I was caught up making a video for that I'm gonna put out. I don't know. I might put it out later on today after I get off here, or possibly early tomorrow. But yeah, it ain't nobody. Well, we got 6 people up in the chat now. Give more people time to come up in here. Make sure if y'all in here, go ahead and hit the like button. Cause I'm telling y'all, that's one thing niggas do not be doing on these videos. Niggas do not be hitting that like button. Views will be at like 300 or something. It'd be 5 likes. Ugly ass niggas do not like. That's crazy. Appreciate that, Hezekiah, man. I tell these folks to go ahead. Like, it's literally free. Takara, we already know it is with you, bro. I already know you probably did it. You always be letting other niggas know to do it. But it's just like, a bunch of sometimes like even on the screens, it be like 40 people up in there. Likes be at 10. I'm like, and then the crazy part is once I say something about it, the likes will probably go up to like 20. And then I'm like, bro, it's 40 people in there. Niggas be hating so hard. Like niggas be hating so hard. They be like, man, fuck you and your life. Like, so what you in here for? Yeah, I'm gonna give that Jan 30 more seconds. I've been live for 2 minutes now. I'm gonna give it 30 more seconds and we're gonna go ahead and get started. My hell nah, bro. I bet it yesterday. You know what I did? I bet it yesterday. Bitch ass niggas, man. Bitch ass niggas. Let me see. Who did some bullshit for me like yesterday? First off, I gotta stop hitting the under on Austin Reeves. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stop taking the under. Cause that bitch hit me every time I do it. To be honest, it's probably because I don't want that nigga to get it, and I gotta stop going with my feelings and go with the real. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to hate on the Lakers, cause that nigga hit me every time. That's what's up, bro. I might need to start sharing bets with you, bro. Cause I'm telling you, they got my ass. But anyways, though, all right. Them 30 seconds is on up. So first thing I'm gonna go ahead and start on is the expansion, and basically what I'm not gonna be too long with that. Basically, is I'm just telling folks that I'm gonna be doing a little bit more with the channel. Like initially, when I first started this channel, obviously I started off doing a lot of power content and stuff like that. But I always wanted to, move on to other different topics, such as like hot topics just going on in the world. NBA topics. Um, I'm not huge on celebrity gossip, but certain shit I might touch on it because I don't really give too much of a fuck what they doing, but it do pull in revenue, so I guess I'll touch on it some. And like culture things, you feel me? Like just having like podcasts and results with intelligent individuals. Well, sometimes I have dumbasses on here too, because dumbasses are good for ratings. So, just doing a little bit more of that. So probably starting Wednesday, I'm gonna start doing a little bit more podcasts, like at a selective time or something like that. Try to get a flow going on. You said you bet on college. I had to leave NBA. Yeah, because NBA. But see, I gotta watch college to kind of know what's going on. Cause I don't think college basketball has been infiltrated and like NBA. NBA they do their shit strictly off the money now. Like they be just rigging shit, and it's obvious now. But yeah, no. So like, I don't know if anybody in here. I only got 8 people in here right now, but still, anybody in here that's like open to doing shit like that. Feel me? You can hit me up. I have callers and stuff come in. Cause we're gonna be having like live debates and shit like that. And it's gonna be a multitude of different topics and shit like that when I do the podcasting. But like I said, I'm not gonna spend too much more on the expansion and stuff like that. But I figured you would be down, bro. You seem like a stand-up dude to be down for, down for the cause of all the shit I be trying to bring to the folk. But Breeze, the Breeze candidates. We got to go ahead and touch on these Breeze candidates real quick. So, although we already know who our highest, you know what I'm saying, people on the list is, I'm going to go ahead and go down the list of all the people that's still alive that ugly ass niggas has either, mentioned or they believe that it's him. And then we're going to go with all the things that we have for Breeze that, that basically they're saying that he was like, what his characteristics were, and see, does they fill all the spots to see, or like, is this them? So I guess we could go lowest because I actually seen a crazy theory not too long ago, and I'll go as high as saying I'm 97% sure this shit ain't the truth. But hey, I'm gonna throw it out there just because some big last nigga said it. Yeah, I got cash out, bro. Uh, so I'm gonna go ahead and mention this shit. Some niggas said, "What's up with your king there?" Some niggas said that Famous been missing all this time, and he gonna return as Breeze. Now that shit, I think that shit has almost, cause as y'all know, it's been niggas saying Famous gonna merge into Breeze for 6th season too. I didn't believe that shit. Never really did. But that's that's whatever. What's good, Ghost? At work, I'm still going to be in the live show support. My boy, appreciate that. Uh, so that's it right there, bro. But man, so they niggas, it's certain niggas that believe Famous is missing because he laying low, and when he return, he gonna be this vicious hothead that ain't gonna take no shit. He gonna all of a sudden out of nowhere become a tough guy and become Breeze. As crazy as that sound, it's niggas that's out there saying that. Hey, you said you ain't losing. I ain't gonna lose no sleep about it, but I gotta say, those two things are the most interesting, I believe, parts of Power. Because if either one happens, like we know Breeze is gonna come eventually. We just don't know when and who is it gonna be. But when he does, it's gonna break the internet. And then if Ghost was to show up again, that's gonna break the internet. That's gonna be worse than the Breeze situation, though. He said Famous ass is cremated. Hey, I agree with that. I got a new video that I'm gonna put out tomorrow because I'm probably gonna go ahead and tape it after I get off this live. But I think I might got a little bit more of an insight of what happened to that nigga. Like it's kind of still the same, but I believe like I'm gonna get into a little bit more of the details of what I think happened with Famous. But so obviously we're gonna just throw Famous out the. We also said niggas that said Symphony gonna come back and become Breeze. We know this nigga Symphony absolutely is not about to be no damn Breeze because that he said he was strong but not smart. Symphony is smart as hell. So if you ask me, that's the dead giveaway that just proves it ain't that nigga. So all of a sudden, Famous gonna be the one teaching Kanan the guy. Them niggas beyond. Oh, I swear to God, bro. You said the writer stringing y'all along for views. I agree they are, as they should. For real, we need to share pics, parlays, bro. On God, we need to do that shit. I got a group on the ground that we kind of do that. Me and some more niggas. But shit, we can have a 7-1 too. Um, but yeah, like I said, Symphony. I'm starting to think Symphony might be gone. He ain't gonna come back this season. Maybe next season. I'm starting to think that Symphony ass in the wind. Like I think it's a high possibility that Symphony could return as Ghost dad before he come back as Breeze. But yeah, anyways though, hey, I appreciate that. I ain't even looking at my phone. But hold up. God damn. Damn, shout out to my boy Buckets, man, with the $50 on the cash out. Big salute to you, my boy. But yeah, like I was saying, like I was just saying, uh, yeah, the Symphony, I think he got a high percent chance of coming back as Ghost Dad than he do as being Breeze. Now the next nigga, uh, some niggas been saying Lou. Honestly, I think Lou has a slight chance, but not a high percent chance. You think the, you think the Symphony story over? Yeah. At first, I thought they were gonna have him come back, but now that I see how shit's shaping out, more than likely he's not. And if he do, I can only see two situations for Symphony if he was to show up. One of the two is gonna happen. I think it could be either Famous. I mean, I said shit about Famous. That's crazy. Either Rocket ran out of town and she needs somewhere to go, and she remembered that Symphony is in North Carolina. She reach out to him and she go to live with him, or this nigga show up out of nowhere and try to have a try to return to talk to Rock, and this nigga Neat kill his ass because he think that's her next nigga. Only one of the two is gonna happen if that nigga show up this season. Rock's funeral will bring him back. That's interesting. So you think Rock gonna die? And if so, this season or next season? But yeah, so that's the or Zakari just made a good point. If Rock ends up dying and he hears about it, sure. I can see him coming back for that too. But other than that, that nigga ain't no goddamn Breeze. Now, like I was saying, Lou, he got a slight percent chance of it because he knows the game. You know what I'm saying? He's known around. Could I see Kanan possibly working with him and stuff like that? Yeah. But I just don't think it's him because I feel like whoever end up turning out to be Breeze is not a relative of Kanan, but more so a close friend of him. So that's what makes me think it ain't him. And also, I guess we can go ahead and go to Marvin after that. The same with him. Like I say, I don't think it's a relative, but Marvin actually matches that damn description more than him. Because when I first started watching Raising Kanan, and I was thinking about strong but not smart, uh, I don't think nobody in the entire Power universe fits that description better than Marvin. Cause we know that's a strong ass nigga, but he do a lot of shit that ain't the smartest of things. He's been doing that since the beginning, and shit. They even introduced him as that. Like what Kanan, OG Kanan said when they first introduced him. He never missed an opportunity to miss an opportunity, but he's strong. But he said, no, he said, but he's loyal and tough. And we all know Marvin is married to the game. We know that about him. So he fits that description. It said he was a loved brother. Everybody loved, you know what I'm saying? Everybody loved Marvin. Unless you was an enemy of him, a direct enemy, you loved Marvin. The viewers loved Marvin. You know what I'm saying? And he's absolutely a hothead. So I'm just throwing it out there that he does now. As far as now, what I seen a lot of people used to say about Marvin and say this is another reason why it can't be him is because Marvin has a house in place of him having an apartment, which is the truth. But maybe something could happen that he ends up going to an apartment. Rock gonna be a rat. Yeah, I think her ass gonna be a rat too. Like I say, I think she could get ran out of town, but now more than likely, yeah, she gonna go. If she goes out of town, it's gonna be because her ass is up the in custody of the feds because she decided to snitch on Stefano. Moscow, but not that smart. Yep. Never missed the opportunity to miss the opportunity, right? Nick's supposed to have CTE, but this nigga moving like nothing wrong with him. Shit moving smarter. Yeah, and that's what Takari actually he put that out there a little earlier and said that he hasn't really been showing signs of having the CTE. And he actually did call and say that he don't think he's gonna have it, but way before the show started. So I'll give you some props for that. He did say it. I still think that we got to give it some time, and that nigga gonna start because Neek himself, well, Joey Badass himself said that he's gonna start remembering things that might be different from what really happened. And perhaps they talking about, after what early Tyler, said to him, he kind of got, let his mind get a little cloudy and started thinking about stuff that wasn't really the truth. Maybe that could be it. But other than the apartment stuff and him being a relative of Kanan, I think this nigga Marvin fits a lot of the damn description. Now, next on the list, we can go ahead and go to D Wiz brother. Let's go ahead and go to D Wiz brother. Honestly, I'm gonna say this. D Wiz brother slightly could have the highest possibility. Could. And the only reason why I'm gonna say that is because we don't know shit about the nigga. It's that simple. We don't know shit about this nigga. His name is D Wiz's brother right now. And why have they went so long without introducing this nigga? All that we know is that Marvin said that this nigga was a wild boy. So it kind of, you know what I'm saying? It kind of makes sense that they might make it somebody that they mentioned, but never shown before. And then, of course, we know we've been talking about Unique all this time. And matter of fact, let's do a vote. Everybody's up in the chat. If you had to, if gun to your head, or let's say $100 million is on the line, they said you got it, you can win this shit if you can guess it right. Who do you think? Who would you say is Breeze right now? I know we're gonna have a lot of Uniques and we're gonna have a lot of D Wiz brothers. Them the two highest and hottest candidates. Or cause you think it's gonna be another nigga that we don't know, or could it be Biggie? What if Rock and Marvin leave Queens for Washington D.C.? Shit. I mean, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, but shit. I kind of think, in my opinion, I think Marvin is the type that's gonna stay where he at. He don't look like the type that'll run to me. I can see Rock running. You feel me? But I just noticed I did not monetize this damn chat. Hold up real quick. I just noticed that bullshit. That's wild. Yeah, I just noticed that bullshit. That is, oh well, shit. But anyways, though, back to what I was saying. Uh, yeah, so I think Marvin, like I said, I think Marvin is gonna stay put. I can't see him going nowhere. But Rock, absolutely, she'll do that shit because she has been riding and shit. So, because Marvin, he ain't gonna snitch. Marvin would rather die than to snitch. So I think this nigga gonna stay there. If something happened to him, it's gonna be his ass gonna get killed. But then again, though, I don't know. Cause think about it, shit. Tommy did this shit, and I think their characters is kind of alike. So shit, maybe so. You might got a point. Damon as Breeze could work. He not smart, but he can fight. He look like a dude that could be at home watching Jeopardy. Damon. Okay, so I actually think Damon has, because I did hear a couple of chirps about Damon as well. That's been going on since season 2 too. But I think that nigga gonna get his ass killed this season, probably in the next 2 episodes. So that's just my opinion on him. But I will say this: when it looked like Unique was walking to, I don't know if that was his apartment or who apartment it was, but the layout did look similar to what Bree's apartment looked like. Now we know it's not exactly the same, but it looked similar to it. Perhaps that was just another side of it, or like Getting It How I Live said, it could have been remodeled. But either way, uh, so you saying Damon. Sonny, my boy Sonny said Damon. Hezekiah says D Wiz's brother. My only other guess would be another random. Shit, I'm saying a new character if that's the situation. So Golson is saying a new situation, a new character. I don't think it's Figgy Smiles. I think he part of the Eton crew. Yeah, that's what I think that he is too. Unique is Breeze because that's wait, what? That's what they want us to believe. Scrappy is this nigga he called trolling. Hey, this nigga called trolling. There's McCart. Hey, if they do, hey, I swear to God, if it do turn, obviously it's super low percent chance that it turned out to be that nigga. But if it do be him or anybody that's like this nigga, I'm gonna be tripping. I think Breeze either D Wiz brother or Brilla. So or B Rilla. Right. I didn't even talk about B Rilla. That's crazy. So B Rilla, right? Uh I gotta admit that they said in his description that he's basically he's a hothead. We know he kept on trying to beat the Jewish lawyer dude ass. His music is all it's talking about is killing people and robbing people. So, and then a lot of the stuff that he said in the music sound like a lot of shit that Ghost Tommy and Kanan does. So I can't say he is 0% chance, but I don't know. Like I said, for me, I just feel like they would go with a stronger actor. Like so far from what I've been seeing with from Partisan, he hasn't been bad, but to take on a role like that, I don't know. What's good, Demarcus? We talking about who is Breeze. I know you gonna join in and say fucking B Rilla. Another reason I think it's D Wiz's brother is because that hallucination scene Lou had when he was holding in season 3 when he seen Scrappy and D Wiz. That's a good point. I would say my second pick I would go with would be D Wiz's brother too. Nigga said Damon ended up in. All right, got a super chat from Demarcus. Appreciate it. He said, "Who more dangerous, Quan or Noma?" Shit. I mean, I would say probably Noma. Even though it's crazy to say that, we ain't seen Quan do that yet. But we ain't just talking about like how who's vicious, who's more powerful. Basically, is what you're saying, right? Like she was international. Like she had people all over the goddamn world, and she was rich as hell. I think Quan stuff is only in certain parts. Like he's not, and I don't think he's moving weapons as well too. Like Noma was pushing drugs and weapons, so I would have to go with Noma. Hoop not Breeze. Who is Hoop? Wakinga. Who is Wakinga? What's up, y'all? New subscriber here. All right. Salute to you, Chris. Appreciate you all subscribing. Make sure y'all hitting the like as y'all come in. It would be dope if Lamar Jackson character turned out to be Breeze. He looked crazy. He do look crazy, but let's be real. This is this nigga's actor debut. There's no way they're gonna make him Breeze. Also, with him being an NFL star, there's no way in hell he's gonna be able to fit filming for 6 months out of his schedule while still actively playing football. So there's absolutely no way this nigga will turn out to be Breeze. I'm gonna say he has a less than 1% chance of it. Waking up in cold sweats, I can get no rest. That's my nigga Fame. B Rilla is Breeze because he moving and he could move into Paul's apartment. Okay, but Paul's apartment is not Breeze's apartment. So what's the point? Why are we saying this? What's good, Cedric? Biggie Smiles look like Hoop from BML. You said he not ignorant enough. Hey, who not ignorant enough? Power Files. Did they say? Did they ever say D Wiz brother's name? Nope, they didn't. And that's the reason why he's such a mystery. Like they never talked. They never even gave us that nigga name. We just call him D Wiz brother. Oh, I got to throw another one out there, y'all. So they also said that Buck 20 had a brother. They said his name was on the obituary. Somebody, if you know, give me the name who is Buck 20's brother. Now I would say probably the chance of him turning out to be Breeze is low since he's Buck 20's brother, and Buck 20's brother probably wouldn't be cool with Kanan because you know even though D Wiz took the hit for it, they know D Wiz and Kanan were good friends, and he probably had a hand in on that. But hey, I'll give it a little bit of energy. B really going back to jail for a robbery. That could happen, or you're gonna get his ass killed. Lamar Jackson not ugly enough to be Breeze. Got it. And I've been saying about 20. His jacket is in the opening credits. Hold on, you've been saying Buck 20 what? Jerron. Okay, yeah. So Jerron. Exactly. So Jerron, he could possibly, turn out to be it too. Because we never seen that nigga either. But at least we do got a name on him. But like I said, my only thing with him is that I can't see him being cool with Kanan. Because he probably, would think he had something to do with his brother dying. I mean, Breeze was a kingpin of the South Side, so I would say Unique or D Wiz's brother. I think that's the highest. Those two are the highest percent. Because even with D Wiz's brother, think about this. This is another dynamic so that you can, this that would make you think that more than likely is Unique. Because they're currently in the year 1993. We know Breeze is up and running and is established by 1996, at least. We do know that, right? So basically, whoever this person is, they're gonna have to be able to, like, let's say for D Wiz's brother, he's gonna have to take over a whole lot of territory, find a way to infiltrate the drug gang, find a supplier, and take over the streets in a short amount of time and gain the respect of everybody, like Kanan and whoever, in like basically a 2-year time period, I would say. The odds of somebody random that hasn't been a big time baller in the game like that coming up that quickly is probably low. Not saying it's impossible, but it's pretty low, opposed to somebody who's already known, who knows the game, who knows the corners, like Unique, or Unique, Lou, Marvin. Not saying that I think it's them, but I'm just saying, like, you can see them taking over all the corners and the blocks and shit like that because they already got the experience. People already know them, they already respect them, they already fear them. And they got connects where they can, go and find them a supplier. But niggas like D Wiz's brother, like, as far as we know, this nigga don't know shit. That's one of my knocks against him. Okay, so you said B Willis gonna go to jail for killing his CEO. I've been saying Buck 20 got a lot of people on the south side, and we can't be responsible for random niggas wanna want to hit back. When I was watching episode 3, when Crystal had that conversation with Kanan about her stepfather, I instantly thought that was the janitor Kanan was punching in the trailer. Mad I missed the live. Yeah, I think Getting How I Live made a video about that too. Takari keep believing they're content creators. And the jacket Buck 20 was wearing was the number 8. Is the opening credits of the show. So what is the number 8? I'm confused. I'm not gonna lie to you, my boy. I'm confused right now. What does the number 8 have to do with that? Damon and his crew about to be set up by Neat to make it look like they were doing the hits. I can see him sacrificing them like that. I would have said something about it, but Getting How I Live beat me to it. Unique was watching Jeopardy on TV. Did Ghost say that Breeze was used to come home and watch a show at a certain time? Yeah, actually, Kanan said that, but we never seen Unique watching Jeopardy. We seen him watching something on TV, but it wasn't Jeopardy. Nick was watching Rock, not Jeopardy, right? If Breeze isn't introduced this season, I see him coming around the midpoint of season 5. Yeah, it could be. I'm. I don't know. I mean, I think they might just end up just making his ass pop up on season 5 after trolling us for 4 seasons. They might do that. Damon could introduce Unique to Phil Russo. I believe that's going to happen. Breeze kills Unique for getting Buck killed. So who are you saying Breeze is going to be? So if he killing Unique for getting Buck killed, why would Breeze have a motive to do that? Damon could tell Phil Russo that Marvin smoked Sal Buscemi. Why would they? Who's to say that Phil Russo would actually care though? So shit, some niggas like go back to the original Power. When with Cristobal after his big brother uh, uh, what's his name Annabelle died, he was like, shoot, I need to give that nigga a promotion because I mean I should be thanking him because he gave me a promotion. Like niggas are grimy out here in these streets. Who knows? Phil might didn't give a damn. He probably like good shit, good job. Now I'm that nigga. Why would they put that jacket, in the opening credits? I mean, I don't know. And for them to focus on that jacket in the first episode means the whole story is about him. Kanan wants to be Buck 20. Breeze is Buck 20 people's that Unique mission to rob. Are you saying it's a group of people, or are you saying it's one of the people that's gonna turn out to be in Buck 20's crew? Okay, gotcha. So, I mean, I could possibly see something like that, but like I've been saying, what would be the person in Buck 20's connection to Kanan? Cause I'm just saying, if I really cared that much about Buck 20 being killed, I probably would want to off Kanan too, because Kanan, come on, the rumors was that Buck 20 and D Wiz and his crew or something like that was doing. I'm pretty sure they heard some chirping that Kanan was involved. They know that. I'm just pretty sure Unique kind of steered it in another direction, told them to stand down when it comes to Kanan. So I just don't see why they would. If Breeze do come out that count, why would he spare Kanan? When do you think we'll find out about Famous? I have a strong feeling he's dead. So I actually am about to make another video on that, Miles. But my opinion, I'm gonna say shoot. I'm starting to think they ain't gonna reveal that he's dead until probably like episode 8 or some shit. I mean, originally I thought it would happen earlier, but since they doing it like they're not gonna really show him like that, and then it's just gonna be a flashback scene possibly of him dying. Then more than likely they're gonna put it on our 8. So we probably ain't gonna get the direct answer to that shit until a while. Get it how Lil said something very key. All the top drug dealers in Queens were introduced in season 3 at Snaps and Pop Party. None of them was Breeze. So Breeze has to be someone currently on the rise. Yeah, I actually saw that, Cedric. But that is true. I mean, still, it was a lot of other people. Like none of Rock's people was at that party, and then obviously Unique wasn't at that party because they thought he was dead. Maybe Breeze is somebody that Kanan meets through Snaps and Pop later. That's another thing that's been going around, and I could see that happening because obviously Snap and Pop and them knows everybody down there. Or they took shots at Kanan. When you say they took shots at Kanan, you're referring to what? Or instead kill Rock and have Kanan work for him. That's why Kanan eventually had Ghost kill him. I mean, with him knowing that knowledge at the beginning, I just can't see Kanan letting somebody get away with killing his mama. My opinion. Q-Dubs was mad that someone smoked rollers, so Phil Russo could be pissed out that someone smoked Sal for a retaliation. Yeah, I mean that's true. I was just throwing it out there that certain people are like that. They were like, "Fuck that." It helped me out. Is Breeze from Queens? Honestly, I don't know. I don't think they ever said whether or not he's from Queens or not. But if he is, that means B Rilla is out the window. I mean, leaving guns in your mom's couch, not very smart. We're still in 92, I believe, and they said he had some control of the South Side in 93. Now, we're in 93 now. We're in 93 because we got confirmation last episode. Rock said, when Rock was talking about that letter from Kanan's school, it said, the school said you haven't been to school since the new year. So that's basically indicating that a new year has come. Because I told folks that the end of season 3 was the end of it was winter of 92. It was towards the end of the year. So that's how I knew it was gonna roll over to 93. We're not in 94. I don't know where they get that from. We also have to remember Breeze is a kingpin with people under him. He's not some low level stick up kid going in and out of jail like B Rilla and D Wiz brother. Yeah, he's 17 going on 18, right. B Rilla might not be Breeze, but I bet that D Wiz brother guns stashed in the crib. Excuse me. B Rilla might not be Breeze, but I bet that D Wiz brother gun stashed in the crib. Huh? Oh, I get what you're saying. You're saying that he's D Wiz's brother. I think I seen something that means he's not D Wiz's brother. Hold up. Yeah, he's not D Wiz's brother. I thought that when they first introduced him, well, not introduced him in the show, but when they first was like showing us that the new characters and they were showing the description of him, I was like, okay, this might turn out to be D Wiz's brother. But after they showed him in episode 2, I knew that he wasn't, because when he was rapping on stage, Kanan would have recognized him if he was D Wiz's brother, because Kanan did know D Wiz's brother. So that's the reason why I say no. Also, Lou would have known him too, probably. Think about that. But the fact that neither one of them knew him, that means he wasn't D Wiz's brother. Breeze being from Queens makes sense. B Rilla might have done robberies with D Wiz. Now that is very much possible. Because the way that nigga. Now I think it is a possibility, maybe, that he could maybe have some relations to Snap and Pop there, because it looked like Snap and Pop, they used to do a lot of robbing and shit like that back in the day. Maybe that's where he got that shit from. But maybe not, though, because more than likely, if he was, related to them, they probably would have been helping him out, because that nigga was broke when he got out. So I don't know. And then he's also, B Rilla is from Rochester. He's not from Queens. I heard some people saying Lamar Jackson is great. Well, folks need to stop this shit. Now I understand we all, it's all fun and game and shit like that. I enjoy the topic, but it gotta at least make sense. Like, stop. Let's not do dumb shit. Like, it gotta make sense from a production standpoint. And like, this is the thing. You probably wasn't in here when I said this earlier. Lamar Jackson is a professional football player, people. He's a professional football player. Not just a regular nigga that barely get minutes either. He's a superstar professional football player. They're not gonna first off, when you're filming for a show like Power, you're gonna be shooting for like 6 months straight. So that's half of the year. If you're a big time character, at least. Now, of course, if you just a day player or something like that, or just a guest star, then yeah, you may be there for a few weeks. But when you're one of the main characters, you're a recurring character, You be shooting for like fucking 6 months. He don't have 6 months to give it to a show because half of his year he got to spend for his football career. So that there alone eliminates that bullshit. And then on top of that, this is his acting debut. Why would you give the one of the most iconic characters of power to a person who's just now getting his acting debut going on? That shit don't make sense. There's no way in hell this nigga is Breeze. Then on top of that, him being a football player, let's say this nigga get injured. He break his leg. So Breeze gonna be limping around the whole fucking show. See, if a character like who he is, which is basically just a guest star, if he break his leg, they could easily just write it off and be like, oh, okay, Eton left town and did this that. Boom, end of it. But if he's Breeze, you ain't gonna be able to explain Breeze walking around on goddamn crutches the whole time. Fuck be like, what the fuck happened to Breeze? I think we'll see B really do a home invasion, and then we'll see Katie, Ghost, and Tommy do some in Origins. I remember when people were saying that symphonies, but hey, Chris, I covered that before you came in. That's what I was saying. I talked about that. I was like, bro, the key that lets you know it ain't symphony, that motherfucker say strong but not smart. That motherfucker is smart as hell. So that lets you know it ain't him. How y'all think Bree's introduction going to be? That's a good question. That's a good question. As far as his introduction, I think this nigga probably gonna show up, kill somebody. I can see that nigga killing somebody, and then somebody asking him who he is, and then he just straight up say what his name is. He gonna say Breeze. That's if it turns out to be somebody else other than Unique. Now, if it's Unique, it's gonna be something like after he takes over. I think he gonna tell folks don't call me Unique no more. He want to be known as Breeze. After he don't basically after the dust done settled and he done basically took over. Rock been defeated. She don't have to leave town or got locked up, killed, whichever one's gonna happen to her. But I ain't gonna lie, that is something. That is something to question. For Cedric, since I know you're up in here and your team Unique is Breeze, how would his introduction be? Like, how would he introduce himself as Breeze since everybody knows him as Unique? And um, they know him as Unique. And after he takes over and shows his face, you know what I'm saying, everybody gonna know, oh, that's Unique. So is he just gonna demand folks call him something else? But if they do, why would they? Because if he's showing himself in public like that, that means he's not trying to hide in the shadows. And if he's not trying to hide in the shadows no more, that kind of goes against the narrative a little bit. So I'm curious to see what you got to say on that. Breeze gonna throw a touchdown of cocaine to Kanan and Ghost and Dummy. Right. I'm gonna start telling people that Mama is Breeze. They Baba 3 times MVP at that. Right, that nigga was on my fantasy league. I don't even watch football, but that nigga was on my fantasy league, and he helped me win some damn money. I tell you that. Niggas gotta chill with the breeze. This or that theory. Some people actually believe Breeze is going to be some unknown extra hanging out with Unique. I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Yayo was Breeze. If Lamar break his leg, then it would make sense on how Tommy and Ghost knew where he was at all the time. Breeze is crippled. I seen someone say Dean was Breeze. Well, that was obviously debunked last season. It makes me wonder if it's highly anticipated Shamik Moore can be a candidate too because he's a great actor. Yeah, a lot of folks been saying it. That's been surfacing. Shorty so seductive on Jeopardy. The way she think is making me horny. Hmm? They got to introduce him with a body. I think so too. It has to be the last scene on the episode 10. Somebody kills Unique and then the Jeopardy theme just comes on the TV randomly and plays, but we don't see who it is yet until season 5. That'll be crazy. Hey, that's actually pretty damn good, my boy. You use some props on that. I might actually make a video on that shit and give you a shout out. That'll be crazy right there. Think about that. If you know what the Jeopardy theme music is, think about it. Unique going to his place, feeling good, thinking he done won, and then boom, his ass fall out, and the Jeopardy thing uh, start playing, and you see the TV on, and they just show like maybe some footsteps going to the chair and sit down, and then the credits come out. That should be crazy as hell. They scared. You said they scared of him though. I agree they scared of him, but what would be his motive? My question for Unique is, what would be his motive of going by Breeze if he's gonna show his face? Now it'd be different if he never showed his face, but for the people that do so happen to see it, he just tell them, do not tell anyone, that I'm alive. Go by Breeze. That would make sense because he's trying to hide his identity. But this nigga is going out in the opening, letting folks know he's alive. It doesn't make sense in my opinion. But hey, I'd love to hear what y'all got to say to see if maybe y'all can change my mind, make more sense for me. Then it's a trailer where Rock says Unique is alive and doing any and everything to fuck with us. Yeah. What people don't seem to understand is just because Unique is moving quietly doesn't mean he's Breeze. If I'm trying to get my spot back without people knowing I'm alive, of course I'm gonna move quiet. That shorty so seductive comment was in reference to the Tony Yayo comment. Oh, okay, got you. Then he wouldn't even have been moving in the shadows if Early Tyler didn't give him the idea. That's true. That is definitely true. It makes sense because if he wants revenge easier, why show face now? It's like how Kanan was in Power. But yeah, see, my only thing is, like I said, that's only if you're trying to, seal your identity from someone. But if he's showing his folks saying, second time I show my face around this motherfucker, unless he's only showing it to rocking them because he planned on killing them, but it just don't make sense to me for him to do that. Now it makes sense why he's doing everything sneaky now so he can get everything he wants. But what don't make sense is for him to continue to do it and going by Breeze. Saw an interview with Sasha Penn. Looks like he confirmed something that we can put to rest. Mind if I link the clip? Yeah, go ahead. Kanan was telling Tariq that his name is Slim, while the other thought he was dead. Unique might shit. Comments moving. Fuck, I was just saying. Hold up. Unique might do something similar and call himself Breeze as an alias. Right. We already talked about that. I made a lot of videos on it. But my only thing to that is what would be his reason if he's showing his face to the people. See, Kanan wasn't showing himself to ghosts and them yet. So that makes sense for in case Tariq decide, oh yeah, I've been hanging out with my friend Kanan. If Ghost or Tasha or Tommy heard that name, they'd be like, oh fuck no. And then they would have went and hunted him down and tried to kill him. So that makes sense why Kanan would go by an alias. But why would Unique when he's showing his face when he show his face to the people? It don't make sense because keep in mind he's not going by Breeze right now. If like maybe if he was going by Breeze prior, let's say he's been killing up people and then folks keep hearing Breeze did it. That would make sense. But as of now, he has yet to say he's Breeze. So why would he all of a sudden start going by Breeze when he's already basically defeated his enemies? That's what I'm saying. Sasha Penn did an interview on IG today and was asked if we can rule out Unique as being Breeze. Ooh. He laughed it off and said he can't speak on it. Of course he can't speak on it. I think he says he going to show his face again, but kill everyone he goes on the mission with. Marvin going to remember what Unique said about a body never showing up. Rock might have a feeling. Yeah, hey Kenny. I made a video on that. That it's gonna be like the way things are gonna be getting played out. Both of them definitely gonna be like, bro, could this be Unique? Like, cause I made a reference to um the original Power, season 4, episode 1, when Tasha and Tommy was talking, and they was, basically wondering because Tasha was asking Tommy, could this be Kanan? And Tommy was like, no, Kanan is dead. So speaking of predictions, I think Marvin might go this season. I thought at first Lou, but the way it's looking, it looks like the old Lou is coming back. Okay, let me see. Can I? Because on this platform, I can't click that link. Unfortunately, I would have to look at it. Hold on, I would have to look at it on the YouTube site. Let me go ahead and go on it. I don't know if I'm gonna get hit with any kind of copyright if I play that shit. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna put it on here, but I'm gonna just pause the shit.
Mm. Okay, so let's put something to rest. Can we put to
Okay.
rest that unique is not breathe?
Hold up.
I mean, I can't speak to that at all because I don't know. What do I
But
know?
you wrote it,
I know. God, I wish I.
and I know.
What I will tell you is, like I've always said, this series, when it ends, whenever that may be, will tell a complete story, and it will tell the story that it was supposed to tell. In terms of
I'm just pausing it real quick because YouTube. I told you I don't want that copyright shit.
who Breeze is, you know, uh, it, we'll find out, or we won't. That's the thing.
Oh shit. I hate that he said or we won't because I was just about to say, you know, well at least he gave us confirmation that we're going to, get him this before Raising Canaan ends, but then this motherfucker took it back.
Thing because these guys are young, so we'll see, but I listen, I think I see a lot of that speculation and a lot of the people who make the argument that unique there's a real compelling they're very compelling arguments. People are really smart, they have really good ideas, I mean, even like talking to you, it's like I'm so impressed by your thoughts and speculation, whatever. It's like it's really, it's
This is crazy.
great stuff, so don't
Thank you.
stop.
That
Yeah.
I mean, you still ain't answered my question, but it's all right. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay,
I'm
good.
gonna keep going.
All right. Well, that was an interesting little thing. Now, let me read the comments. Speaking of predictions, I think Marvin might go. Okay, I read that. And Ghost and Kanan didn't meet Breeze until '96. That is true. The way Sasha Banks spoke, that's not the direction he's going for. Hmm. So that's your whole purpose of saying that, sharing the damn link, so you can try to push his narrative. You never know. I just watched that video, and all he did was tiptoe around the answer. He didn't give a yes or no. Facts. They will never give y'all a yes or no. Right? They're never gonna give you that. He tiptoed around the answer because he's annoyed with the theories y'all don't see it. I think the name Breeze will come about with Romans around the hood. Neek will eventually adapt it. That's my best guess. That's a good answer, Cedric. I'll give you that. That's a good answer. Yeah, like say folks, when he was hitting up folks, let's say he hitting up people and stuff like that, and then people were like, "Yeah, the shit happened so damn quick, bro. I ain't know who it was. It was just all black. That's all I see was an all black. It was like a damn breeze or some shit. And then he just go ahead and take up that name. But but hey, who knows? We gotta wait and see. No, he tiptoed around the answer because he wants everything to play out on screen and not spoil it. The reason I say that is that is because when Marvin was moving sloppy in season one, Lou was a little more centered, and then it switched. But I think it will switch back now that Lou is alcohol free. I can see that. And then I don't know, the way they center and everything around Marvin, it is looking like it. Whatever happened to the investigation of Crown Camacho's death? Uh, they said, well, I know Agent Tanner said he think it was a red herring, so they kind of left it alone. They didn't really care about, Crown. They just cared about was he the one behind that operation. He's not going to give us anything in either way support. What do you expect? I stopped watching interviews with directors and showrunners. Yeah, because they ain't going to really give you much. They'll lead you. Well, I'll say this. Certain ones, I guess you got to know how to, take it with a grain of salt. Because I do think, because absolutely Latoya, what's her last name? The one that plays Diana on Book 2 Ghost. One of her interviews absolutely helped me make a great prediction that I was right about. So I can't say all of the things that these people say, don't really hold weight. Because that's absolutely how I knew that, they had a baby. Before it was even revealed, I said they got a baby coming. Diana's pregnant. I said that at the very beginning, she was pregnant indeed. And I was like, okay. Because at first I was saying Diana was going to die once I got, the episodes leaked. But after I watched her interview, I said, okay, Diana's not dying. It's Tariq and Diana's baby that's going to die. That's the tragedy that they talking about. And then I turned out to be right. In other words, let the story play out. The show is not about Breeze. Well, we going to keep doing it. I'm sorry, my boy. Power fans tried to get him to fold for a pretty face. Right. Next time, we're going to get somebody else to do it. He telling us we going to have to wait. Do you think we see how Kanan gets that scar on his neck in season 5? Shit, we might see it this season. I got a video coming out directly talking about that. It's gonna be my next video right after I get off this live. We're not gonna know Breeze till Origins confirmed. Maybe. Yeah, Jukebox is the one that gave him the scar, at least according to Courtney Kemp it is. But I got a video on, the specifics on how I think it might possibly happen. We'll have to wait and see, basically. He better make that video before Fair Play. What video? What video are you talking about? Here's a guy. One random night, Lou is closing the club, and it's snowing. It's a blizzard at night, and it's 10 inches deep. Breeze first kill. People can't run as fast. Easy kill like a breeze at night. The show was never about Breeze, real talk. Could I send another link? You ain't got to ask to send the link, man. You're a moderator. Just send it. It's an edit. I did, but I want everyone else to see it. It's way late, but it's book 2 edit. You've seen it. Oh, yeah. I think I know which one you're talking about. Breeze has to be somebody that Kanan looked up to and is willing to be mentored by and not lie to him like his mother. That's why Tariq liked Kanan because he let him be himself and didn't lie. So I got something real quick. I got something that in support of the unique being Breeze situation, right? So what if throughout all the midst of all this chaos that's going on between the Rock and the Kanan, Rock and the unique situation and Kanan, all of that, right? Maybe I can see something goes wrong with Rock. Maybe whether it's her have to go away in custody because of the feds because she's become an informant, whether she gets killed, or maybe she's doing a life sentence in the pen. Either way, maybe after this happens, Unique finds out about Rock was, pregnant by him, and she had chose to abort it because she thought he was dead, and this touches him, and he becomes, a little emotional about it, and he turns out, um, he ends up because I told you I think it's a possibility that when he shows up to Pernessa, she might reject him or do something to make him mad, and he snaps and kill her. That could happen. Maybe even kill his own son too. Who knows? I'm just saying, Kanan did it, so maybe he'll do it too. And then after he figures out that Rock had a son, had a child at least that's supposed to be his, but it never got to come out because of the abortion. Maybe he'll start to look at Kanan as that son he never had. His son that he always wanted, at least. I'll say that. And that's the reason why he took him in, like, and as Breeze. Perhaps. I don't know. I gotta look at it. Hold on. I gotta go back to my other channel. I gotta go to YouTube to be able to look at the links.
He says you meet him. Maybe says you were a busy man. My kids screech. I have a business proposal for you. Let me move your product in New York City, and I promise you I'll double with no much moving.
Why would I trust my business to a child I don't know, who comes to me making promises that are too big for him to keep?
Well, I already have a network in place ready to move product all over the city. My people stay in line. They know better than to bite their hand. In that feast, and we don't create any emotional connections, we get straight to business. That's all it's about. We keep the peace so the police, to look the other way. Keep their pockets full, they let us do our thing. And overseeing the financials is...
Yeah, copyright gonna get me on this. For sure. It's too much of the same. But it's too much of the like it's not switched. So yeah, I would have to stop that. Cause they definitely like for a video, like if it's like jumping, like you kind of like cutting in between it real quick, it'll be a little different. But like, yeah, that they gonna hit me. Probably still already don't got me. I don't know. Let's see. I think they will give us a major hint at the end of the episode 10. We will see people talking about breeds, and then it will flip to Unique watching Jeopardy in credits. Interesting. That would be cool too. And also the hating Rock part, like how Kanan and Tariq both hated Ghost. Yep. Calling Jerome weak, I'm hurt. Why? Why? Just say that young nigga probably soft. He be around his mama all damn time. Maybe you need too weak to kill Rock, but Rock ain't moving a gram of dope as long as Unique alive. I saw Sasha's interview. He said Origins is not written, but it will be informed by Raising Canyon. So basically, he's saying they're not down with the script for it yet. That's kind of all right. I doubt that. He got to be lying. I mean, I guess it's possible if they plan on airing it the end of 2026 opposed to early 2026. Because typically your script is done like way before you even start filming. Do you think they will keep the actor who plays Kanan for Origins? He looks like Kanan, but he is on the shorter side. Yeah, I actually talked about folks with this before. Only way I see them keeping him, they would have to for sure get this nigga like, let's see, because he's actually, and I'm pretty sure they probably already using these. Like they give you like the shoes that they give you for like shorter people. They have like a heel that gives you extra inches in height. But this nigga is 5'1". Like even if they give him a fucking, well, I guess they could give him like one that's like, shit. They had to get that nigga like 8-inch, 9-inch shoes or some shit. Because that nigga short as hell. Like I know I've seen people do that before. Like when I don't know if y'all seen the show Winning Time. If you've seen the show Winning Time, the actors that play the players in that show, they're wearing those shoes with the heels on it that gives them like some of them like an extra 6, 7, 8 inches because they look like them, but obviously they don't have the height. Like the nigga that played Magic Johnson, I think his real height is like 6 feet maybe. So he got one that's like giving him like at least 6 inches or some shit. Right, the nigga short as hell. If you scream on Twitch, you won't have much copyright issues. I don't even use Twitch. I don't even have an account. The young Kanan is trash. If 50 and his son got along, maybe that nigga could have played Young Candy. You know, it's actually another nigga that's popular. Like he's kind of getting popular on Instagram that look just like 50 too, and like he be doing videos and shit of him like posing and shit while 50 Cent songs be playing. So maybe they can get that nigga. I don't know how tall he is, but that nigga look just like him too. Maybe he got tall in jail. Him and his son got along. His son would play him in everything. Yeah. Young Canaan might be recast in Power Origins and plot twist Shamik Moore. Fuck no. That nigga short too. And Omari Hawkwood narration for Origins would be a masterpiece. Shit. Gotta be an alternate way to watch that video. Wanted to show the chat. I mean, they can click it though, right? They can click it. I just can't play it. We do the OG power? That'd be crazy. I don't think anyone has touched on this. What are your predictions about snaps and pops, baby? I definitely touched on that. I touched on that since season 3. They fate is I believe they're gonna get their ass smoked. What's gonna happen is some kind of way they're gonna get lured into a place that they gonna think is good, like maybe to go get some money or whatever the hell they doing, and they gonna get ambushed by some niggas that gonna smoke them. Cause like I've been telling folks, in my opinion, since they introduced them, like at least when Jukebox was talking about them, she referred to them as Bonnie and Clyde. And to me, they was letting us know there how they gonna go out, like Bonnie and Clyde. But anyway, let me move on to the next topics real quick. And I actually got to knock them out kind of quick. We stay on the breeze shit for a little minute. But I'm going to touch on the famous, where is famous, what happened to famous. I'll just say that. That man said the only way book 3 could win me over is if Lorenz Tate is breeze. Nigga, get the hell out of here. low key, low key. You said book 2 is the redo here? Nah, that shit. Nah. The Power universe ends. We'll get a reboot of OG Power with an older Tariq as Ghost working with Braden in Club 2. I could see something like that actually, though. He said book 2 was Disney presents Tariq and Friends. Famous ass taking a dirt nap. I think he is too. Famous is dead, likely killed by one of the two possible suspects, Marvin or Unique. Marvin's famous in South Memphis off South Parkway. Niggas that's not from Memphis they ain't gonna get that. But anyways. uh anyways, who I don't know if y'all seen Movie Bots. One of his videos, he was talking about he thinks it's possible that Marvin knocked him off and used Stefano's furnace to get rid of the body. What y'all have y'all seen that? And if so, what you think of it? Explain Jessica's appearance. Mm, honestly, I mean, I just think it's what she said. She just so happened to have a trip and just so happened to take a trip down there. I don't think it definitely ain't got nothing to do with Famous because Famous wasn't there during that particular time, or he wasn't missing. Yeah, it would definitely make sense of why nobody can find him. Exactly, nobody or nothing like that. And I actually got my own theory on this. Like I said, I'm gonna make a video on it. It's gonna be supporting movie box theory, but it's obviously I'm gonna go a different direction of give a complete um, video on what I think, how it happened, and what's gonna happen afterwards. I think Rock found out about Fame's legal situation through her lawyer Andre. Yep, that's what I think too. think Marvin going in that furnace after he gets snaked by Stefano. That'd be crazy. That would work because it's the 90s. No one would be able to find him. Yep. I no longer support the other power content creators besides Mark. But Mark Dark, yeah. I think when Kanan realized that Famous is dead, he is going to go after Freddy's crew for answers. Yep. That's what I think so too, Ty. Because I think that would explain the scene where you see him and Jukebox at the basketball court. Stefano paid Marvin to take out Famous because Stefano was paranoid. I made a video about that, Buckets. Yep. I think he might have a hand in on it. That's where that line, famous last words, come from. But like, I'm gonna tie all of that in my next video. Nate was the first one to come out with the Famous versus the furnace theory. Was he? I actually didn't see that. Another thing I'm thinking is maybe Kanan and Jukebox are pointing the gun at the people to find OC and Famous, because now both of them are missing. Yeah, but I think those are at two different times. Well, obviously both of them would be missing. No, let me address that. Say that differently. I think the OC situation is gonna get resolved before the Famous situation. Like the Famous situation, they're gonna find out. He's gonna find out what actually happened to him a little later. I actually would be okay with that support. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against fair play. Folks be cracking jokes and stuff. I crack some myself all the time, but I ain't got nothing against him. If he was down to do it, I would definitely be down to do it. Brillo, I don't really have. I mean, I never really spoke to him before. I'm subscribed to his channel now, but we don't really interact like that. So if it was to happen, I don't know. I guess somebody would have to set it up. A movie bot, obviously I'll be open to that, but he's. I guess we'll have to see. Will Freddy Crew even still be relevant at this point? Relevant as in still around, or what do you mean? Because I mean, obviously, if I'm Famous homie and he comes up missing or dead, and he told me that he put down Freddy, I'm gonna put two and two together and think, probably somebody that's attached to Freddy probably did it. Kanan looking for a crew. Why not link up with Jukebox old friends? She don't fuck with them anymore. Yeah, but they still, them niggas don't move drugs. One thing we know is that Kanan didn't kill Famous because it wouldn't fit with his character. People got to stop comparing young Kanan to OG Kanan. I agree with that. And when Crystal come up missing, that'll make 3 people he lost this season. His grandma gonna be 4 people he lost. 4 person he lost. Wait, so who? Okay, I get what you're saying. You're saying Detective Howard, Crystal, Famous, and Grandma. Kanan definitely didn't kill Famous because he named him after himself. Of course, yeah, I don't think he did either. Man, we got 7 more episodes. These shits better blow my socks out, for real. Yeah, I think like I've been telling for, I think they building up something for something really good. Like that shit about to be fire once they finally, release that shit to us. We just gotta be patient. But lastly, let me go ahead and spin the direction a little bit. We're gonna change it over to episode 4, the early predictions. The whole theory of Kanan killing Ken is because he had to. Juke was going to allow Tariq to live, and Sean disrespect wasn't going to allow Tariq to live. Okay. Damn. I don't know if I'm gonna say they lazy, but because it could be that Freddy's crew is still around. They just, they not about their life. So they like, damn, Freddy dead, but shit, they just didn't do nothing about it because they not about their life. But, Kanan and Juke, they ain't gonna know that. So they just pulling up on them just because they can't figure out anybody else that would possibly do something like that. If Rock saw what Kanan would turn out to be in the future, killing his own son, and when cousin Jukebox, she'll be disappointed in him. Of course. Anyway, so episode 4, people. What can we expect to see in this new episode 4? Put this description up real quick. It says unique forms an unlikely alliance in his vendetta against Rock while she inches closer to a new drug enterprise. Kanan takes advice from Snaps and Pop, and Jukebox's new friendship leads to a violent encounter. That is what we have for episode 4. What are y'all predictions? I predicted episode 4, George Thomas is already dead, and we get a funeral scene. if I'm not mistaken, I think in episode 5 they mentioned her again. So I'm not sure if that's true. Let me go and check. Excuse me. Let me check that. Yeah, yeah. She don't die. She's still alive in episode 5. So no, that's not gonna happen. But she could die in episode 5. That could happen. 5 or 6. Tremont getting bodied. That's a fact there. That boy up out of here. So mine is this is just my little quick thing. I'm gonna do a popular individual on early predictions too, an individual video, but I'll share it on live. Um, this nigga, I think he makes the Unique make that alliance with Damon. Tremont get his ass knocked out. Kanan, Rocket's gonna give Kanan an ultimatum. She's gonna say, the only way I'm gonna start continue to give you product is if you go back to school. I can see her making a move like that, but it's gonna backfire on her. He gonna leave, and he gonna just look for a new supplier. So he's gonna make a move to find Stefano, and then he's gonna try to go directly to the source with Stefano. But I think he probably is going to go to Snap and Pop first. He goes to Snap and Pop, asks them for advice, and keep in mind, Kanan continuing to be able to push product is in their own best interest because they own part of his, organization. So they're the ones that know that Rock is getting harassed with Stefano. So they probably gonna set up a meet or something like that with Stefano. Because they do have connections with him. And then he goes and have a meeting with Stefano, make a pitch and say, look, I want to get my product directly from you. And of course, Stefano is going to turn him down. And then after that, he's going to have to find a new source, I believe. And it might turn around maybe in episode 5-ish or some shit. Whenever it happened, when him and Unique finally meets up, I could possibly see him being his next plug. Or what could happen, because keep in mind, they moving heroin. In OG Power, we see Ghost, Kanan, and Tommy moving coke. So eventually we know that Kanan is going to be moving coke. So maybe Snaps and Pop make a pitch to him, be like, look, we don't got any more, plugs on heroin, but we do have some on coke. Maybe you should start selling that. And then Kanan's going to remember what Crystal told him. Whenever everybody else is moving one way, you go the other, because that's where the opportunity is at. So he's going to have an open field to move coke and crack again, while everybody else is so focused on trying to get heroin. And then he end up getting some kind of way, he's going to get linked with Breeze. I'm still not exactly sure how that connection is going to happen, but he's going to get linked with Breeze some kind of way in the coke game. And when he do, that's how that happened. Anyways, let me see what y'all saying up in here. Shit, Kanan's grandmother would be disappointed in what he turned out to be. Yeah, she would too. You think Snapping Pop's going out like Bonnie and Clyde? Absolutely. That's how they going out. And I believe they gonna get their ass set up possibly by Kanan. It's gonna either be by Kanan, Rock, or Unique. Gonna set their ass up and they gonna get smoked. Oh, so as far as the violent encounter with Jukebox, okay. Yeah, I made a video on that already. Maybe you haven't seen it. You should go watch it. But I think she goes back to that lesbian bar and something bad is going to happen to cause her not to be open about being gay. I don't think that's gonna happen. I agree that she could possibly go back to the bar and that violent encounter happens there, but the part I disagree with is that her not being open to being gay anymore. I think that part of her stage of her is dead. Because they just got through giving us episode 3 saying that she's embracing her sexuality. So I can't see her, changing. But what I think is going to happen with the violent encounter is going to either be, like you said, she hang out with them girls again, and then something happens between them, or it could be those new friends. Because keep in mind, not new friends, her old crew. She started hanging around them again. It could be a combination of both. Like, we know Juke is going to get a new love interest, right? And let's go back to season 1. Season 1, Juke was trying to steal a jacket so that she could get some money so she could do some stuff to impress Nicole, right? Her first girlfriend. So who's to say that this new love interest, she don't start back working with that crew again. And this time when she goes, with that crew, something goes terribly wrong and she almost get killed. Or maybe that same incident is possibly when, we seen Marvin and Juke possibly, it looks like they rushed into the car and they both looked a little banged up. Maybe possibly that's next episode. I would like to say that more than likely, in my opinion, it's probably not. But hey, it could be. So Unique is not Breeze then. What made you say that? I don't get how one of the couriers didn't see Scarface walking around the building. Spray that motherfucker like it's 1992. Right. One of these Lebos tried to whip out the big dildo on Juke. Will Rock and Marvin take Trayvon out? Absolutely. His ass is done. That shoe is one thing. If Unique was out at night time where no one sees him, but in broad daylight, even with a hoodie on, they would know it's Unique. My thing is, why would they go back to her stealing clothes with her old friends? What is there in bringing that storyline back? I can see her doing stick-ups, but not clothes. Right? It could be that. You know what I'm saying? That might be what it is. Like, maybe they decide to do that. That's what they into now or some shit. Maybe. It could be a robbery turning into homicide. It's nothing to play with. It could be what happened to her. She end up, trying to do something like that and end up having to kill somebody. One of the women gets jealous of Mara and Juke. We already heard of an episode between some of the women messing with the bartender. Hmm? Jukebox might turn into a pimp. Is Tremont Juliana's cousin? I'm confused. No, I don't think they're related. Shit, I wanted to ask you about Lou new love interest. How long do you think that will last? Shit. Not that damn long. Lou history ain't been good with the girls. Shit, none of them folks' history been good. God damn. Um, is the woman that brought Juke to the bar an older lady? If so, Juke getting a cougar. Now, I don't think she the love interest, though, the one that brought her to the bar. The one that's the love interest is the one that she meets inside of the bar. Wait, is Tremont the guy who was speaking to Rock and Marvin last episode about moving product and expanding? I'm confused of who you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure no, because Tremont wasn't in the last episode. Now, Rock met Tremont through Cartier and Fareed. He used to be Cartier's distro out in D.C. Right. What if Unique is getting early to hold all that money just to kill him and take it back, and he uses that money to pursue Kanan into business with him? That'll be some savage ass shit. But hey, me personally though, I do think Neek got some sort of loyalty. You feel me? Like if you ain't never crossed him, I don't think he's gonna bury you. But if you do or say something crazy to him, which I can see early doing, he'll take you out for that. But I don't think he's just grimy enough to like, all right, I paid you that money, but I'm gonna just take it all back. I don't think he'll do nothing like that. He wanted to play Rock and Marvin. Yeah, those scenes of Kanan stashing the money, I believe that's going to come from him working with Snap and Pop. Because you remember, they were bank robbers, so they probably going to teach him how to do that shit. Well, I don't know. In the description, they say early, they said he's a secret keeper. He keep everybody's secret, so I don't know. Cartier smacked the shit out of old boy when he was talking to Rock about art. Yeah, he did. Let's go work, my boy. Just let you know I still be. All right. I'm gonna be out here maybe another 20. Early Tyler is like Dre loyalty only to his own cause. Now Dre a snake. Living on bugging, yeah, Tremont is somebody different and it's getting his TV cut off because I saw him getting slapped by Marvin. Right. Yo, remember I didn't know you would still see it after I deleted it. Hmm. Right. Well, there goes your hand, bitch. What, you want another one? Not tolerate this, what do you say? Insubordination. Early Tyler playing both sides, talking to Marvin and Unique, and they both ops. Yeah, Early Tyler to me is kind of like, he kind of give me a Proctor like vibe. You feel me? Yeah, that's gonna get him killed for sure. In episode 4, I'm assuming that's when Snaps and Pops tell Kanan, whoever people see you now. Well, yeah, however people see you now is how they see you forever. Yep, I agree. That's when he gonna say that. Early Tyler may be friend if they pay it. Yeah, but I think if they pay it though, you feel me? Similar to Davis. Like, think about it. Early Tyler's a lot like Davis too. Davis was loyal to niggas who paid him too. But once he did, he didn't betray his clients. Like, Monet was trying to pay him to give up the information he had on Tariq to try to save Kane, but he refused to do that. So he does have a sense of loyalty, although, he always was about his money. And I think Early Tyler is kind of the same. Tremont gets beat by Cartier and then sneaks to have him off by Rockin' and then stabbed Rock in the back for weak ass Juliana. So could that mean that he starts working with them again? Because it looks like he wants to. Hold on, who are we referring to? You talking about Snap and Pop? Because yeah, I absolutely think they're gonna work with each other. Yeah, I think that's who you're talking about. Yeah, they're gonna definitely start because they're gonna. It talks about for this season that Kanan is gonna be learning a lot from a lot of different people, and Snap and Pop I think is absolutely gonna be one of them, and they're gonna teach him a lot. But once he gets their lessons, he gonna off their ass. Man, I rock with Early Tyler character heavy. Been having me laughing each time he's on screen. Now where that come from? Like, bro, why are you questioning where the money came from? I hope he makes it through the season, but high chances he won't. Davis and Potter are lawyers that Mr. Clean looking ass nigga not. Hey, but he still keep folks secret and stuff just like them though. It'd be crazy if Neek killed Early Tyler. Nigga would have killed Mr. Potato Head and Black Mr. Clean. Got both of them up out of here. Well, I probably got like 10 more minutes, folks. So let's get these last little questions and stuff in there because I got like a table read I got to do in the next, 40 minutes. So I got to prepare for that shit. I ain't even been looking at it like that. Then I still got an audition I gotta do. Thanks for calling and fucking shut their ass up. It would be crazy if Snap and Pop never die and they alive around OG Power timeline, old as hell. Well, Ghost Cicada said he don't know any old wrinkled drug dealers. They're either dead or inside. So I would say more than likely they didn't live. And also that probably means that Rock Ass is either dead or inside. Because I'm pretty sure Ghost had to have known her, right? Baby brother, good luck on the table read in addition. Love. Appreciate you, man. Nah, they definitely getting their TV cut out. The only person I see surviving maybe is Rock. That's besides Kanan and Juke. There are some old former drug dealers that live to old age, but they suffering at the same time. Frank Lucas lived to be 88. Yeah, but his ass was inside. So what are you talking about? He said they're dead or inside. That nigga got locked up. I'm calling the UglyAzzNiggaHTV's breeze. He gonna pop unique and help and help Katie Ghost and Tommy move product. Hell yeah, that nigga scared of unique. You see how ugly that bag is? Shit. Hell, that shit talking about. He said before you, my bad, yeah, I was reading something. Before you end, what do you feel is going to be the main point of this episode? I mean, I think it's another build-up episode for one thing. Like, it's gonna be one of the episodes that's preparing for a big episode 5. That's what I think. I think episode 5 is gonna be kind of big, so they building up for it. So a couple things might pop off. Like I think Juke, somebody might get killed in front of Juke. She might end up killing somebody, something like that. And then it's you gonna see Kanan go against his mama, and really, really, I think he gonna be pushing hard to go against her now and never return. He gonna notice that OC ass missing. That's gonna happen next episode. It's like I said, it's a build up episode. You gonna see Unique making his alliance and stuff. Ruski, you're late. You're late to work. Ruski, I didn't even know that fool was in here. Breeze has been talked about since 2015, and we've been talking about him ever since. It's actually 2014. Breeze is Tariq from an alternate timeline. I didn't even know you were screaming. You about to end soon? Yep, I am. Your ass late as hell. That nigga in the mirror doing his lies. Prediction for next episode, Takari will still give the episode a 2.5. I kind of agree, Takari. Most of these episodes are a solid 3.5. That ain't no 3.5, man. Like I said, they build up episodes. London Brown was talking about this on live not too long ago with him and Makai. They were saying, you know, how a lot of people was talking about how season 4 is boring so far. It's starting off too slow. But he was like, that's just good writing. It's preparing y'all for everything that's to come. And I actually agree with that. Now, if this was your first season, it'll be a little different because, you know, you ain't established anything among your viewers. So if you just start out slow like that in your very first season, you do that shit for the first 2-3 episodes, folks will be like, man, I'm done with this shit. This shit boring. And they're just going to stop watching. But if you already don't got established, they know this shit good, folks will, you know, stick with you to find out what the end game is. We didn't wait a whole year to get nothing but filler episodes. There's a guy on TikTok I always see giving it a bad rating. Some bald guy. A woman on TikTok said Unique is boring and acting like the Incredible Hulk. I heard Terrence Howard was auditioned for Breeze. I hope he got it. Where the hell you hear that at? He said that's cap. I think it's cap too, but I'm curious to see where you hear that. Man, I'm Breeze, man. We need to move this weight, man. Kanan. Who this? Tommy. No, Ghost. James. We gonna call him Ghost, man. We never see him come, never see him leave. Kid had the ability to just disappear. I'm Breeze, man. Hey, hey. Oh my God, that nigga ghost, man. Hey, big boy from Outkast is Breeze. He got to show up to Kanan like how he did to little brother in ATL. Yeah, man. He gonna show Famous been working for him in Memphis. Right. Move that weight, man. You said you wanted protection, right? Move that weight, man. If they do that, I'm officially done with foul. Terrence fits better as Ghost's father than Breeze. Yeah. Maybe they'll get Michael J. White to be him. Cause originally they said he auditioned to be Ghost. So since he ain't gonna be Ghost, let him be Breeze. What you saying no to? Oh, you talking about him being Breeze. Nigga, imagine if OC was Breeze. When nobody take them folks serious. Them folks slap the shit out his little ass every time. Eldridge Albert to be Breeze, they'll have to pay that nigga a fortune. Might said Ice Cube. I don't know. He be talking like he is, Ronald. I don't know. Uno, where you from? Shit, let Michael J. White be Ghost's father. They can't afford Terrence Howard. Stars is on a DC Young Fly budget. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to Kyrie. They gotta pay that nigga good. Like, but I don't know. They did get Michael Ealy on there though. So I mean, they probably can. And they ain't got no other big. They don't have any other big name artists and stuff, on the show yet. That's taking up a whole bunch of money. So they actually probably could. Cause they afford to have Mary J, Method Man, and Michael Ealy on book two. They budget had to be pretty big. Daniel Kaluuya would be good. I don't know. I don't know. All right, Uno. What part of Memphis you from? But I don't know if he'll make a good Breeze or not. I mean, he don't really give me that type. I feel like. Think about it. And Ice is cool like a breeze. This man. You know what was the wildest theory people saying Kanan and Breeze killed Ghostfather? Why you think that theory is wild? Memphis in the house, East Memphis here, Outer Ridge, Riverdale. Yep. Oh, you from the Haven too? Nigga, how? Nigga, if you was in the Haven, nigga, I should know you probably. That's crazy, because I grew up in the Haven. I don't believe that theory. It wouldn't make sense. Yep, Black Cape. Nigga, you lived in Tulane. There's no fucking way I don't know you. You literally, bro, you're fucking 3 minutes from where I grew up at. Tulane, Cole. I mean, shit, if you don't mind giving your age range, I'm like, bro, there's no fucking way. Yeah, you close enough in the age. Yes, shit. Because you my brother age. That's crazy as hell. So how far are you from like, you went to White Station? That's great. Why did you go to White Station if you lived in Tulane now? Tulane Cole. That mean your ass probably knew Bama. Your ass probably knew Lil Charles and all them, Moses, all the niggas shit fucking knew growing up. I used to see Yo Gotti growing up. He would tell me when I'm around leads to rack it up. This nigga. Dun, 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 dun. So you know Bama. Yeah, R.I.P. Bama. That's crazy. Terry Two Glocks and Willie Wipeout. I was with some lords, but he was cool. Hold on, nigga, you VL too, nigga. This is absolutely insane right now. You vice, nigga. There's no way I don't know you. I'm pretty sure of it. The fuck is your government name? Like this shit is hella crazy right now. Do you think that Snaps and Pops will find out Unique is still alive? I kind of think so, bro. You know, I think they might figure out, because I actually did a video on this not too long ago. But I think Kanan might figure out first and he tells them. And then that might be the reason why, I don't know if that was in the trailer or it was in a promo. But you hear Snap say could be trouble, could be an opportunity. Or some shit like that. That could be what he's talking about. Nigga, what branch, nigga? J Mal, you said you can't see Daniel playing Breeze. Not really, in my opinion. Shit. I mean that just don't seem like up his alley. No, the Power Rounds, I wouldn't be fond of it, but anything is possible. Biggie might turn out to be Breeze for real. Death predictions for episode 4. Nigga, you're the same fucking branch as me. That is incredible. There's no fucking way. 2022 to 12 hours as well, man. That's crazy as hell. But hey, anyways, we ain't gonna bang too hard on this line. That is crazy as hell, though. So you might know, Justin Terry, Jack Hoyes, Nico. You probably know all my niggas. It's fucking crazy. Breeze of Vice Lord, traveling mean Breeze. Right, facts. Breeze out here solid. Opening scene, you're gonna see that man throwing up the fan. It's crazy as hell. But anyway, cause the Breeze travel like a traveling Vice. What y'all think about Yaz being the winner when it's all said and done and she becomes the queen pan? I mean, shoot, I wouldn't be mad at that, but I hope they switch actors unless she get better. Because the actress that play her is terrible. There for episode 4, early time. I agree with that, Ronald. I think it's early Tyler too. I think because I just got on the season 4 trailer when they do that little when he say the king is back and you just hear like a gunshot, and obviously they don't show early Tyler, but they show Unique inside of his apartment. So yeah, early Tyler might be up out of here. Quan got to catch a body next episode. Yeah, they gotta let him do something before he go. Yeah, shit don't been recast like 3 times. That at least twice. Oh shit. It's 8:40 though, for real though. I gotta get the fuck up out here. Hurry up and at least read over them damn lines. Lumadine tipping. That's true. We didn't see Dean catch a body. Quan about to have a sword fight with Rock. What's the fun though? Yaz at a private school somewhere with Tasha. Their predictions: Tremont, Rock, Bodyguard, Quan. Okay, that's solid. You not putting early Tyler in there? When Unique said it's time to show my face around in the next episode trailer, what do you think it made? I'm kind of leaning towards, bro, that they just said that, but he's not saying show his face to the streets. I think they kind of, playing with our heads with that. Because I just think that's still a little too early. I think he ain't did enough yet to show his face like that yet. So maybe they just kind of, manipulating the shit. And he's talking about something else. Like, maybe he's talking about show his face around here and he's going to a certain person. Quarrel with down the motorcycle when it happens. Interesting. If Unique shows himself in public, he is not Breeze after all. If he do it this early, I think I might agree with you, Support. Honest reviews on Rotten Tomatoes suggest that Raising Kanan is generally considered the weakest of the Power books. Hell nah. Fuck hell nah. I've been seeing too many folks saying it's the best one. And it's definitely not the weakest. The weakest is Force. Now, maybe it can redeem itself, a little later. I saw pictures of Unique with E-Tone and he wearing some of his old clothes again. No hoodie, but still got the scar. Yeah, I saw that too. All right, bro, good night. Same with me. I'm not necessarily going to sleep, but I'm definitely about to log out because like I told y'all, your boy gotta get ready for the table read and study them lines for this goddamn audition. So, appreciate everybody that stopped through. I'm about to drop some more videos coming, if not tonight, for sure, early tomorrow. That might say for 5 hours. Hell no. I gotta be getting paid good at Little Grip for me to be staying on that damn long. I love this shit, but nah, I gotta do more shit. That's like what? Shoot, that's like a goddamn 16th of a nigga day. Appreciate that, y'all. Oh, when I do the next lab, I'll send you the link for sure. For some of y'all, hold on, real quick. Especially my ones that I really fuck with, Bucky's, DeMarcus, Hezekiah, you already, and Takara, y'all already follow me on IG, but this is my IG right here. Y'all add me on there. If you DM me, I'll hit you back. Like if you ever want to come on, if you see me put on there, I'm going live at a certain time, just hit me on the DM and that shit. I'll hit y'all up and send you the link. All right, Five. See, catch you in the next live, my boy. Shit.